Hey, I'm Pete the Plumber. Plumbing is what I'm all about. From emergencies to catastrophes, from brand new shiny renovations, let me and my team show you how to get it done and done right. Calgary, we've got you covered. The Atwoods called me up and they said, Pete, we know you love Rheem, but we have Bradford White. And they're rusting, we're getting brown water, gray, well, it's yellowy water, that's what comes yellowy and goes to brown. I go, your tanks are rusting. That's your first indicator your tanks are rusting. This is before they leak.
Got 2 tanks. They already got 2 in, same brand, same everything, so it's going to be in and out.
You might see some, especially in the bathtubs, because the bathtub is a nice big white or beige area, and that's where you'll see the specks. If you constantly see them, especially with the hot water, and only the hot water actually, your tank is on its way out. That's your warning before you get a leak. It'll be rusting inside. And I went over and they've had 2 Bradford Whites in there for years, 2 55 gallons, and it also does their floor heating system. So they have radiant heating. And they said, Pete, again, we know you love Rheem, but these have treated us very well for 10, 11 years. And I said, no problem, we'll put in Bradford White. Bradford White's a great tank, a fantastic tank. Called up my supplier, got 2 Bradford Whites, popped them in. They are happy as pig in poop. We're at good friends of ours, Rick and Maggie's place. And Rick and Maggie have in-floor heating supplied by 2 55-gallon Bradford Whites, which they've been extremely happy with for over 8-9 years. And they said, Pete, we're starting to get some brown water. And I said, the tank's starting to rust out. And that's what's happened. They're in well water too, so that's what happens. But they've been extremely happy. They said, Pete, we want the same thing right back in. I'm not going to change them. Bradford White's a great tank, a fantastic tank. We're a Rheem dealer, but I like Bradford White. They have a great warranty. I called Bradford White up, 2 new models. We're going to get at it, keep everybody happy. And Bradford is great. Bradford, there's nothing wrong with Bradford. If Rheem went out of business tomorrow, I'd be a Bradford dealer. I just get a better warranty on Rheem. That's the only reason I'm more of a Rheem lover than Bradford. But a great tank, we put 2 of them in. I think they applied for the extended warranty too, so they're going to get great warranty on it, and they're great. But it did dual use. It did their domestic and also their radiant heating.
No, so they had an old atmospheric hot water tank, which vents through the chimney to your house, which most houses have. But now since about 2010 in Canada, everything else seems to be high efficient. Furnaces, hot water tanks, so that's where you get these direct vented. These go outside the side of your house in this PVC pipe, and then they're getting their air intakes with this ABS. Really?
Calgary uses a lot of radiant heating, and there's 3 ways to do it. Only 2 are correct. One is a boiler. Boiler is your ultimate heating system, but it's the most expensive. You're going to be $20,000 plus for a boiler system, plus the piping, of course. But it is the ultimate in hot water heating and radiant supplied heating. So they're not as used as much. And when you're getting service on a boiler, make sure that people know what they're talking about with boilers. Because you could be a plumber, you could be a gas fitter and never work on a boiler. Okay, you need the experience. So make sure you ask the question, do you have somebody that can work on boilers? That's number 1. Most popular heating system for floor systems and domestic combined is the tank system. So you have a conventional dual-use hot water tank, what heats the floor, uses a heat exchanger and circ pumps to heat the floor and give you your domestic hot water also. That is by far the most popular.
Unfortunately, sometimes yeah, the drain valve just gets all caked up with calcium and doesn't want to drain.
You can get a big 75-gallon tank to do both, depending on the size of the floor, or 2 40s or 2 50s. Okay, so it's all sized out. A lot of people just replace what they have. And in most places that's good. We have had to go to a few say, you don't need this or you don't need that. We can save you money with this and that. So call around, get prices, get opinions, listen to what people have to say, and go from there. Again, I've gone to places where I said, well, you know what, we get rid of these 240s, which are now illegal, and I could put a 75 gallon in with a heat exchanger, and we're $7,000, $7,500 all in. They're going, boy, I'm glad I called you, because I had another guy over here wanted $25,000 for a boiler system, and I says, that'll work too. That'll work too. I don't want to spend $25,000. Okay, well then that won't work, okay? But it's good to get a couple opinions and find your options out. Usually the bigger boiler systems are for big houses with multiple use, not just the slab in the basement, but they probably heat some upstairs. They might have a fan coil, which is a part in a furnace that is also heated by hot water that blows hot air. So we get into this, it gets very complicated and very detailed. So your best thing to do is your homework. You want your homework.
Basically, we're rehooking up the gas to the gas valve here. Then we're gonna have to hook up the water lines back up top, and then rehook up the exhaust and the intake for both tanks.
I'm sure they're 8 or 9. That's what we were told. That one has rust in the bottom. So that could be anything. That could be water, it could be humidity, it could be a sign of it going. Several reasons.
The one thing that people have a hard time believing is I can't use just a normal domestic hot water tank to heat your floor. We can't, that's been outlawed for about 5 or 6 years now. It has to be a dual use tank, which has 2 coming off the top, 2 coming off the side. It has to be a dual use tank to be approved by the city, or the province actually. Number 3 is the one I wouldn't use, and that is a tankless water heater. Tankless water heaters are great. They've come a long way, and they now will give us good domestic water, but they won't do both. You'll see some people say, well, I've got a switch on the bottom of mine and it will go back and forth. And I can't tell you how many times people have called me and said, listen, I'll be in the shower in January, February, I'll still go cold because the floor is asking for hot water. So they are not perfected yet for dual use. They don't do the floor unless you have 2 of them. If you have 2 of them stacked together, yes, but now you're getting expensive. Me and Dean over here checking on the boys. They look like they're doing a great job. This is the power vent tank. This is the new one that has come around the last 10 years. You cannot buy a new house without getting a power vent system because they're getting rid of the chimney. Because we had to go high efficiency on the furnaces, so they don't need the chimney for that. So they went high efficiency on the hot water tanks with power vent. If you get trapped by a builder into an electric one, tell them get the electric one out of there, get a power vent. He's going to say, oh, it's $1,000 or $2,000 more. It will pay for itself in a year. Electric hot water is not good in Calgary. We're a gas province, not an electric province. Lower Mainland BC and Southern Ontario is an electric province. We are not. You want a gas fixture to heat your hot water. So that's a power vent system. This is a PDV, 2-pipe, 1 intake, 1 exhaust. You can get some with just the exhaust. It all depends on the size of your furnace room. We can replace everything. They still make replacement and repair parts for everything. Great systems, great efficiency. One of the biggest indicators when a tank's going, besides seeing water on the floor, is you start getting little rust flakes. Little rust flakes will go in the body, the inside glass lining's chipped, and then the water can now contaminate into the steel lining. What does water do to steel? Rusts. And it does rust very good. You can see how brown your water will get. And that is just the outgoing pipe of the hot water tank. So this has all been contaminated. Obviously it's a lot easier to see on PEX, but it's the same as copper. That is rust from the inside of the tank, rusting away, starting to bleed through the system. Rust won't hurt us, okay? I think rust passes through your body. It's not a poison, it's not a contaminant, but it makes everything dirty. Washing machine, white shirts, white sheets, okay? Again, once you see this first bit of rust, and most tanks will cover the warranty on that. It doesn't have to leak. If you can show them rust or tell them it's rusting, and it's still within the warranty time, it will be covered in most tanks. So something to think about. You start seeing rust, give me a call. Eric Francis got a hold of me, middle of the summer. He says, Pete, I want you to be in my pizza eating contest. I go, pizza eating, I'm in. And I'd heard of this for years. And by the time I'd heard of it, it was almost too late. And I guess somebody told him, says, hey, call Pete the Plumber. He's fat, he eats, he likes pizza. And so it was a fit, match made in heaven. So it was great. And again, he does it for the kids' sport, so all kids can play.
I'm here with the one, the only Eric Francis and the Eric Francis Pizza Pig Out. What is this all about besides pizza?
It's about gluttony in the name of kids. We got 3 charities we're all here supporting. We're going to have 500 pizzas, and we're supporting 3 great charities that are all about helping kids overcome obstacles. We don't want obstacles in kids' lives. We want them to be healthy, happy. So, Calgary Police Foundation identifies kids who are heading down bad paths. We want to straighten that out. Kids Sport Calgary, we all know what they do. They get kids off the sideline, playing sports, being active, making friends. And then, of course, Kids Cancer Care Foundation. We know that those kids are battling and it's awful. We want to help them through it any way we can. We're going to see how much pizza you can eat in 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
And there's a lot of money being wagered that you're going to win this year. Even though you're a rookie, you got a whole pizza. How much damage can you do in 2 minutes? That's good form.
I like that, I like that. Eric, we're well done. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you
Keep
for
up
your
the
support.
great work. We're going to be here every year with you.
I appreciate that. You're a great sponsor to have on board. You do so many great things in the community. I was honored that you wanted to get on board, so thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck in the contest.
Donate, guys. Donate. Get your butt down here. Eat pizza for Eric Francis.
And I thought I had this hands down. I thought he was going to have some football players next to me or some big hockey players or something like that. I don't have a chance. Maybe he's going to bring Luch out there and eat me to death or something like that. We had these skinny little people and this soccer player. I thought, just give me the trophy now. Well, that soccer player, I couldn't believe that guy eat. Could he ever eat? He was on the cavalry and boy, he made me look like a grade school pup in kindergarten.
So how are you going to feel going up against these Stampeders? You think you can do it?
I don't know who I'm against. Apparently it was just one of the soccer guys is a champ.
Oh, it's
one
a
of
champ?
the cavalry guys.
Okay.
So soccer players, they're not big, but they're lean.
You unbutton the feet?
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think so.
Should I take my pants off?
Only if you
Okay,
really
no.
want to hug.
It's a good thing. It's speed eating, so that's good. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. They're calling me. Gotta go.
Al David, the landscaper, he gets to be a little bit of a cheeky bugger now and then, that's for sure. I didn't see him up there eating. I think I had more than 2 pieces. I think I had a solid 7 or 8. But I didn't. But he's a skinny little guy. He can't eat anyhow. Great guy, great landscaper. But yes, I will get a hold of David too and give him a piece of my mind next time I see him.
Go, 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 go! Feeling the time clock.
He just wolfed him down. I'm like, where you putting this, right? So it was a lot of fun, but I sure as hell couldn't eat as quick as that soccer player. It was a lot of fun.
Did you cheat?
Did I cheat? Did I? Of course not. I didn't have hope in hell with that guy, that's for sure. I got some good advice from Stu Laird, the ex-Stamp, and I thought Stu can tell me. Stu's a big boy, still a big boy, right? And he says, Pete, wet it. Well, I tried that. Well, wet pizza sucks. Jeez. Stu, I'm coming to get you for that. And I see you next to, it's me and you, giving me that advice, you know. But anyhow, they raised a lot of money, which was fantastic.
Only 40 seconds in. Our judges now, both Brad and Ross, and Ron Clear and Ian Piper, going to make their way down.
This guy definitely right.
Okay. Ross is going to hold on the pizza for Nico. Pete the Plumber. Oh, we have a judging decision. sorry. He threw 2 pieces off. So he was disqualified. 2 pieces were thrown. That's our first disqualification in history. Thanks for coming, Pete.
I mean, he always talks about being first, not last, so it's an arguable point, and throwing the pizza on the floor.
I've seen 13-year-old girls eat quicker anymore, so, you know, for a guy that big, it's pathetic.
You know what? I did get some ribbon by Jake and Matt. Yes, I did, that's for sure. And you know what it was? I think it was just the first time on stage, you know, and then shoving things in my mouth. I wasn't ready to eat and talk at the same time. It's like walking and chewing bubble gum. I was choking. I thought, oh.
You got to do better. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
I actually saw him take a couple fake bites there. You know, when guys are doing shots, they're throwing the booze beside their face there. I saw him actually do a couple fake bites, drop a slice, throw in slices. Andrew, I thought he had a chance, but apparently not even close. So, you know what? They came, they supported, they did well, but not well enough.
But anyhow, I will be ready next time. Eric, bring that back to me next time. I'm there again.
Okay, tell us the trick. Tell us the secret. You're not a big guy. How do you do this?
You just gotta prepare yourself the day of. You know, you can't eat all day, and then when you get here, that's when you pig out.
So you shouldn't have had lunch?
No.
And 2 breakfasts?
Anything after 12. Anything after 12 is no good. No. That's the thing, man. Just water and down.
That's it, eh? Buddy, we didn't win. You came close.
I came close,
You
yeah.
were close.
Yeah.
We got to get that soccer player next year.
Well, now we know the strategy.
We know it. Don't eat.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can not eat from lunch. No. It's pretty late today not to eat all day.
Right.
We got the strategy. Next year,
It was all for a great cause, though, and we appreciate Eric Francis putting this on. So.
What did you think of that?
That was great.
That was great. That's all we need. We can cut. We can cut now. You had anything to say?
You could have done better.
I guess I could have raised that bar, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cut! No fair play there, Pete. Throw it. Disqualified? What's going on there?
I don't know. I got to bring the game up. I'm going to eat more this year. Forget the diet, just eat more. That's what we're going to do. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know if that's good on my 25-year plan or not.
People call me in a panic. Their hot water tank's gone. It's leaking. It's not working. It's old. They know it's on the way out. I need a replacement. When you're thinking of that, think about the future. What else you would be doing? Would you be putting in-floor heating up underneath the master bathroom? You're not going to break up the concrete floor to put piping in, but you might add it to an upstairs bedroom or a specifically bathroom or a tile kitchen. That is very easy to do if we can get to the floor underneath, of course, not finished. But you need to think about that when you're replacing the tank. There's nothing worse than putting in a 50-gallon hot water tank to take care of your shower needs, and then later that summer, well, we're going to pipe underneath the bathroom and the kitchen. Well, damn it, you need a 75-gallon tank. I wish I had have known that 6 months ago. I could have saved you the money. So think ahead if there's anything else you need, okay? And bounce it off us. Give us questions. That's what I do. That's what I do all day long. My favorite little phone right there. Yeah, I get quizzed and get asked, what's the best for me? What's the best for this? What's the best for that, right? And look ahead. What's this going to be in 1 year, in 3 year, in 5 year? You can't go anymore in 5 years. Nobody can. Everybody says 10 years from now. I go, you have no idea what's going on in 10 years. Everybody has a great idea in 1 year, a pretty good idea in 3 years, and a somewhat idea in 5. But things change so much. But at least you can see the near future. And then we can plan your hot water needs and what is good for you. This is your typical aerator. Well, actually, this is the whole head of the faucet where they're draining through. You can see how the aerator has quite an intense screen in there. So debris gets caught and doesn't purposely go out. Right now, you can hear the noise. The guys are bleeding the air out of the system, filling up the tank. So if you can ever take it apart so that it'll blow through there and not blow any debris that might be in the lines into that screener, you're taking everything apart and cleaning it out. So we're just avoiding a step. So the Atwoods were very, very happy when it was done. couldn't get them on camera though. They were both camera shy. He did a lot of talking. She was yappy, but neither of them wanted to be on. She was very yappy. I don't know why she didn't go on. What was her name? Anyhow, they were great people, but we couldn't get them on TV or on the camera anyhow. Okay, the boys are all done. It looks like they did a nice, clean, tight job. We replaced them. It worked out well. Venting and everything. It was a direct connection. They did a beautiful job. They got the recirc pump going back. So very important. If you're waiting a long time in the morning, especially in the morning for hot water, let us put a recirc pump into you. That is very quick. You'll have instant hot water at 6:30, 7, quarter to 8, whatever time you have a shower, right away. Everything's nice and tight together. This is an in-force system too. That's why you have the extra lines coming down. So don't call me and say, Pete, I don't have those extra lines coming down. This is an in-force system also. Bradford White, great make. Been around a long time. The Defender series is their probably top of the line models. They do a great job on them. Well done together, nice and quiet. Direct vent out. Here's a little tip, guys. The intake, this is a 2-pipe, a PDV powered direct vent. The intake can be ABS, which is drainage pipe. It can be ABS. The exhaust, which is always on the top with the motor, has to be PVC, fire rated PVC. Their first generation, probably 12, 10, 9, maybe even 8 years ago, we could use ABS. But nowadays, if we change the tank, we have to bring it up to code, putting PVC in, so very important. So when you do call your plumber, make sure you know the size, make sure you know is it a PDV or a PV, 1-pipe or 2-pipe, and what the exhaust pipe is. He will ask you that. And like always, get 3 quotes. It's always good to get 3 quotes, no matter what you're doing. Call around. Don't get taken. Don't get hooped, get educated. The guy that's going to educate you is the guy that wants your work. Remember that. We're all done. Mrs. Atwood started to tell me how I should have done it. And Mr. Atwood said, what are you talking about? And they started bickering back and forth, and I just stood there watching them, and it was hilarious, right? It was hilarious. And they were just a sweet couple. She had a lot to say. He knew how to put her in her place, but they work well together. They've been married for 12 or 13 years, and they worked well together. So I wasn't gonna step on anybody's toes, but we got them what they wanted. They had the Bradford in. They were ecstatic that everything worked fantastic. Boys are all done. We've gone over it with Rick and Maggie. Rick and Maggie didn't want to be on TV. I don't know why. Maggie's usually pretty talkative. This time she wasn't. Don't know why. Anyhow, she'll talk to me when I'm done. Boys, do we get a thumbs up? Look at that! Watch out, the Four Seasons are going to start dancing soon.
Hey Pete, I'm just saying, this is how we know you don't actually do any work anymore. You couldn't even eat 2 slices of pizza up there. I mean, if we had real workers up there, landscapers, we'd have done way better. Next year we'll bring some landscapers and put them up against you.
And I've heard that David wants to challenge me to a pizza eating contest. That one, I'm going to put a couple bucks on. That one I will challenge him to. Maybe we should do a charity thing in winter when at Christmas time, when we're raising money for the kids and all the Christmas presents, maybe we'll put $1,000 on who can eat a small pizza.
I think we just need a challenge. We got to get James and Brendan out there, you and myself, the TV host challenge, who can eat the most without cheating this time. But you know, James, Brendan, and I actually do some work. Well, I do. I don't know about James and Brendan, but I actually have to do work, so I'll be hungry enough.
That's a good challenge. David the landscaper, come and meet me. Come and meet me.